All right, we are recording. Hello, people. Um, so we're going to do something a little bit different today, and I'll give you the background just real quick here. So I was talking to one of you knuckleheads the other day about how you watch these people play video games online. And so I went and I watched a couple of people play video games online, and I watched some person named what did we say his name was? It was some Septic Jack Septic Eye. So I watched somebody named Jacksepticeye play video games online, and I realized that one of the interesting things is he's always talking to somebody. There's like other people playing the game when he's playing, and it's almost interesting to hear them talk to each other. So I have invited my good friend. What should we call each other? Greg and Tyler?
I mean, it depends. Do you care if your students
No, I
know
mean
you as Tyler?
they kind of know they know my name.
Yeah.
So guys, this is Greg Sims. Mr. Sims is he's not a math teacher, a science teacher at Oak Park High School. We used to teach together, and we've known each other for a long time. So he's just going to hang out. We're going to talk. I'm going to like teach him math, I guess, and maybe teach you guys math at the same time. And he's going to make fun of me if I do things stupid, maybe.
Let's
Um,
hope.
or yeah, if I explain something wrong, he'll ask me or stop me or something like that. So, all right, let's get started on this. You ready? You ready to roll there?
Let's do it.
All right,
Yeah.
Greg. I'm gonna call you Greg, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so this is one of the problems that's actually from our PFA. So the current PFA is called coordinate geometry. So it's a lot of stuff that exists on this coordinate grid here. And specifically, this is about recognizing parallel and perpendicular lines on a coordinate grid. So this question is that one of our actual quiz questions, and it's asking about perpendicular. So let's just read it, I suppose. All right, so line M is graphed on the coordinate grid below. Which equation best represents a line perpendicular? So let's just recognize that, perpendicular, because there are some differences between perpendicular and parallel. So it's asking which one of these would be perpendicular to that. All right, Mr. Sims, Greg, do you remember anything
Yes.
about, do you remember this?
Yes. Right now, I'm kicking out the second option.
No, you are going straight to an answer.
That's right.
Just like you're
I'm
ready.
narrowing it down.
Do you
Yeah.
want to show your work, or you're just like no?
It's
I'm
just
sh-
it's
I'm
test
straight to
taking
it.
strategy. Yep. I know that the y-intercept has to match, and that one doesn't match. Let's get it out of here.
Oh, I love that. Okay, wait. So where's the y-intercept at? How do you know what the y-intercept was?
Where that line where that line crosses that y-intercept is that -1.
Right. So you're
And
looking here. Yeah.
bam.
Okay. Wait. So let's do this. Let's remind everybody about this real quick. Y equals mx plus b. Right. That's our slope intercept form. And in there, okay. Let's see if Greg knows this. What is m stand for?
That's going to be my slope.
Ooh, he's good, guys. He's real good. All right. What's b stand for then?
And there's my y-intercept.
Okay. So that's the y-intercept. And so you're thinking right now is that whichever line is perpendicular to this is going to have to share a y-intercept. So it's also going to have to do something like that. Is that what we're thinking?
That is my hope because I've laid
Okay.
it out there in the world and I want it to be right.
All right. So we'll just like label this as Greg's pick. We'll see if it's right.
That's the one I
Okay.
wanted to kick out.
Wait. Oh, you want to kick that one out?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I don't understand you at all. All right. Wait, let's do that then. So like Greg says, we'll use red. No, we'll use
See,
red.
now you're making me nervous.
Okay, so we're gonna kick that one out. Wait, okay, so what you're noticing then is that all the rest of them all have a y-intercept of -1. Okay, so do you have any ideas about how we would know which one is perpendicular then?
I'm going to kick out the third one as well. My slope has to be negative, right?
Ooh, that's it. I don't know. How do you know your slope has to be negative?
That line you drew on there,
So, well,
running
first,
downhill.
let's backpedal for just a sec.
Let's do it.
What's perpendicular mean?
They're crossing, same angle, 90-degree angles.
No, there it is. Yeah. digging deep into his high school geometry knowledge. All right. Wait, I almost wrote 90 degree angle. Oh my God. So it has to make a 90-degree angle. So I happened to draw one on there that looks like it's just about got a 90-degree angle. Okay, cool. So there's some good stuff that you're noticing there. So you're noticing right now that that's going to be a positive slope, right? Yeah, there. So, and that the one that makes perpendicular is going to have to be a negative slope. That's a great way to narrow down some options. So you're saying you want this one out because it would have a positive slope, right?
Right.
Okay, so we're down to 2. Okay, any idea how you would decide between the two?
I'm guessing at this point. No. We could a long way would be I would go back to that y equals mx plus b and start plugging stuff in. But
Oh,
I'm
you certainly
hoping
could.
you have a
All right.
better way for us.
Let me give you a hint, okay? All right. So it's really helpful to first know the slope of this line. Now, a thing I want to remind you of that you may not remember from your geometry days long ago, we'll move that over there, is that slope, along with being m in that equation, is also a great way to think of it is rise over run. Okay, so I'm going to go try and find 2 spots, and there's a lot of nice spots to pick out here. So let's actually zoom. There we go. So if I think about a point there and a point there, and then I just count the stair step that goes there. So I'm going to go up 1 space, and I'm going to go over 2 spaces. So that's going to be a rise of +1 because I'm going up, and it's going to be a run of +2 because I'm going to the right. So that's going to give, let's zoom back out, and we'll go rise over run is 1 over 2. So the slope of that line, m, is 1/2. Now, here's the big thing. We learned this. I like that. Okay. We learned this during a class last week. Mr. Sims, Dr. Sims.
That's my wife.
Yeah, that's true. Your wife is Dr. Sims. She's a veterinarian, people. She's cool. So perpendicular lines have to have negative reciprocal slopes. All right. Mr. Sims, do the words negative reciprocal mean anything at all to you?
I got opposite, negative. I want it to be opposite.
Yeah, and you know what, by the way, so I realized this the other day. I use the word negative. Maybe the word inverse actually makes more sense here. You could really use either one. But opposite, yeah. So, or we'll even say opposite is a good way to say that. Okay, so opposite, what is that? What's that going to mean about my slope?
So we got to have -1/2.
Yeah. Okay, so this here is positive. So I know that my new slope will have to be negative. Okay, what about reciprocal?
You got to flip it.
Yeah, right. So you got to like flip it upside down like that. So it becomes 2 over 1, which of course we know we can get rid of that 1, right? So really it's just -2. Okay, does that help you to narrow down your choices over here at all?
I feel really good about that last one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the one right there. It's the correct answer. Everybody cheer for Mr. Sims. Yay! In post-production editing, we'll probably add like a cheering sound or something like that.
Yeah, you're going to need to.
Now I do want to, okay, before we go, I want to say one thing real quick. I don't want people to get too terribly hung up on the y-intercept at this point, because it never actually says anything in the problem about the y-intercept. So it just so happens that this happens to be a perpendicular line that goes through the y-intercept. But if they had given me a line like that, that would still that could still be perpendicular, and it wouldn't have the same y-intercept. So let's just like theoretically, if that, here, let's go. If that had been -2, like that, that still could have been a correct answer,
Mhm.
even though it has a different y-intercept. So I just want to throw that out there in case that shows up on the quiz. I think we did it, man.
Yeah.
We've
Well,
done our first team collaboration video.
the trick will be if they stop watching early, they're going to think it all depends on y-intercept, and I have just I've ruined your students.
No, I mean, thought processes are like really important. So I guess that's the value of doing this sort of thing, right?
What is the one where y-intercept matters? There is something where you have to.
I mean, it would depend on the question type, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if there had been something on the question there that said that they passed through the same
Hmm.
y-intercept, then that would make a difference. But I don't know. It's all about reading the question and seeing what they want, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. Any like parting thoughts for these wonderful people before we go back and watch the rest of the Chiefs game?
If there's much left, yeah. No, I don't think so. Maybe we'll do this again. So you might edit there at the beginning too. First, figure out whether they like this, whether they thought I was good or not. And if it's good, you can tell them I teach at Oak Park. But if it's bad, just let them know I teach at Staley. And we'll just
Perfect. I think that's an awesome strategy. All right, man. Thank you so much for joining, and I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.